We gotta go till the sun comes up. We gotta dance and fill the cup. We gotta go till the sun comes up. We gotta go till we fill our cup. Cup in handy, Sammy. Cup in handy, baby. Do you wanna go on a green candle ride to the moon? I could take you there real fast, real soon. Do you wanna go on a real green candle ride up to Mars? Do you wanna ride fast on these bars? Bars. Is this thing on? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get the music pumping. Let's get that camera back on, baby. Woo! Shout out to everybody here on the live. Ooh. Looks different from... There you go. Shout out to everybody here. Oh, this can't be outside of it. This little... There you go, a little tuck. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing the most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. May God bless each and every one of you beautiful people for jumping on in and hanging out with me, trading your time for wealth and for that knowledge that could gain the wealth. Let's get it in. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break it down. Is this right? Everything looks a little... My tie looks a little, hold on. Hey, my tie, did you adjust my tie at all? It looks like it. Hey, you adjusted my tie at all? I don't know what happened there. After we met, Sorry about that. All right. Just can't have my tie wrong. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Let's put the lemon into the water. Let's put the lemon into the water. Now, this morning was a little different than every morning. I was up eating brownies last night after the Super Bowl. Wasn't a good thing. Wasn't a good thing. So I ended up not working out as much as I wanted to this morning. I'm going to have to get back into it. It's an actual, I have to admit it, wasn't the best morning so far. I mean, it was a great morning. God bless me. Woke up great. Just woke up a little slower than normal. You know what I mean? We were late to school, the whole shebang. You know, it was one of those Mondays, baby. I don't know what to say. So it is what it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate you all for being here. As you know, this is not financial advice. Nothing I say and do on the show here should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. All right, breaking it down for you and me together. Let's talk about it. Now, one thing I teach my students is how when we have coiled up moving averages, but the 200 becomes the outlier, the 200 SMA, it's likely that price action can pump all the way up to the 200 SMA and maybe even past it. This thing had a point of control that it got back above. If you can throw the point of control in there, you're also in good shape. Oversold stochastics, lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. I also like to put the RSI in a falling wedge, which it was in. Can break to the upside. All the bells and whistles here. And there you had the first one. I have a whole list of coins. Ooh. Wait. I don't want to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I have a whole list of coins in my trading group. And you're going to understand this concept. I'm going to teach you this. I came up with this myself. It's kind of, I mean, I'm sure other people understand it and know it. But it's an idea that I've used because I saw the coins dumping a lot. Whenever the 21 got away from the 200, coins would dump. And I would teach that's a good time to take some profit. So then I started saying, well, if that's a good time to take some profit, then maybe it's a good time to get into a trade on the bottom, right? And because it dumps down, Does it pump up? And I started back testing this theory, this insane theory, and I was alone, deep, dark in the room, deep, dark, alone in a room. And I was back testing this over and over and over again. And my gosh, what a move to the upside. This thing would blast. Boom, boom, boom. Shout out to Toby Linares. Thank you for your feedback on Binary X. Got out when it reached 183, and then it went down. Shout out to the British perspective. God love you. Let's take a look at XCN. And I didn't really call it out, but I put it out to my trading group when I knew it had high volume. And look, this could pump all the way up to the 200 SMA. See how it's far away? I wouldn't be surprised if this had a huge move all the way back to its 200 SMA for about 200 some odd % gain here back to this level. We've been seeing this many times. And look, I can right click this. I put an alert. It has to come back down, right? But I can right click this and add this to the bunched up 200-day SMA watch list. This is another one. Every single coin that I see that has a bunched up area with the outlier of a 200 SMA is likely to go towards it at one point. It's an insane idea, and that thing could print money over and over again, that concept. All right? Yeah, this thing continued to print. We put it in this flag here, and this thing would continue to print 17% gains out of that idea, and even this move continued to move to the upside. I first found this flag here. I didn't post it for whatever reason, or if I did, I forgot. I have to admit. But, it happens. It happens to me once out of, it only happened 2 or 3 times out of 700 or 800 days. You know what I mean? Backtest, and you will learn so much. All of the answers are in the charts, but you can extract the data is the question. Extracting the data takes discipline and focus, but it's already there. Basically, the whole world could already be rich. It's sitting there in the charts. It's just waiting for you to pick it out. But you got to want it. You got to want it so bad that no matter what you do, you're going to be there. You got to want it so bad that no matter what happens in your life, and the key is life is going to give you emotional ups and downs. Emotional ups and downs jar the mind, jar the body. They give you a lack of focus. I used to be emotionally hit by a lot of things that happened to me, and I kept being out of, and I had to go, I would drink or do something to weather the pain, right? So that I didn't have to feel the feelings that I wasn't used to. But I eventually, I went through therapy. I went through a lot, everybody. Therapy, you name it, all the others, a lot of ridiculousness. And I came to terms with my life, and I realized that it was on me. Not my dad, not my mom, not on any, you know what I mean? People blame, oh, my dad beat me. I mean, a lot of people, and I'm not saying that my dad beat me. And I shouldn't even say that, because some people were beaten by their parents. And I don't want to make this a whole, my whole thing is people bring up the past, and the past is horrible. And a lot of horrible things have been done to people. But it doesn't change where you are, and it doesn't change what you can do to change your life. So XCN, look, every single time it's been in a flag, it's popped to the upside. Doesn't mean it's going to again, but it's at a point of control here. If it stays above it, this is likely for a quick 11%. It's oversold in the Stokes. So yeah, it has some bearish divergence though. Technically in a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. You are overbought with bearish divergence. It may defy it one more time, get a lower low on the RSI and one more higher low. It's a Monday morning though, so just be careful. Just be careful. Scale is on my radar too. It's been a hot coin. It's been pumping. It's come back to this support zone here that it's hit a few times. Look, resistance, bounce, resistance. Previous support becomes new resistance. These are the things we're looking for on a Monday morning. Shout out to all the beautiful people here. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate you all for being here. Blessings on blessings. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. And we asked a serious question last night. Bitcoin awaits CPI data. That's just something you have to realize. CPI data is a big deal. Quick Bitcoin update last night. Thank you for the team grinding. So do you think the NFL is fixed or rigged? 60% of the people, 287 votes, 1,500 people saw this basically, 1,459. Do you think the NFL is fixed or rigged? 60% said for sure, 16% no way, 23% said I know nothing. It is. Shout out to, I don't want to take away though for the accomplishment of my man, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, right? So God bless the Chiefs. They're awesome. You know what I mean? And I have the Chiefs going all the way. I told my dad it's Mahomes all day long. No one's beating Mahomes. No one's more poised than Mahomes. You know, he's the only guy. So, you know, he's new. He's amazing. He'll be back for more. I mean, the guy is a competitor for sure. They went toe-to-toe, 35-35 at one point. Unbelievable game. But was it just a WWF rally, right? We got a lot of stuff going on here. This is going. Shibarium. SHIB just keeps trending. I'm focused on my focus, which is cryptocurrency. I believe in the end, if I keep on my focus, all the other focuses will come together, okay? So I'm watching this, it disappeared, but Shibarium trending on Twitter. Shibarium trending on Twitter. And I always show everyone what's trending on Twitter. I'm always watching Twitter for you and everyone else here in the game. So we'll get a tweet going right here. What is your favorite AI coin? Should I dare artificial? Or just write AI? I mean, it's like, I don't know if They don't have spell check on here, man. No L, right? Anyway, what is your favorite AI coin in the game? Artificial intelligence, altcoins, AI alts. We should call them AI alts, right? I try to make my own hashtags. Like, I want to beat... I'm like, no, I could make my own hashtag and beat back the algorithm. I know. What is your favorite AI coins? You know what I mean? I am loving ORAI chain. ORAI chain, right? What is your favorite AI coin? I want to know what's your favorite AI coin. Let me know. Let it be known. Drop some alpha on me. Stacko, some people are liking. See if you can out alpha the alpha. Shout out to 537 people on the live. 150 likes. That's just not going to cut it, baby. That's not going to cut it. It's not going to be good enough. It's just not. I will not accept that. I will not accept that. We will make that different. The reality will be changed. The reality will be changed. We already posted a lot this morning in the trading group to keep you going. Also, let's take a look at the biggest gainers here in all of KuCoin, which has been the hottest exchange. We have Shift and Metaverse. I talked about Metaverse. I put it out when it was first down here in the trading group. I was going through coins that look good. I saw an inverted head and shoulder. That's all. That's all I saw. I saw it very simple here. I saw an inverted head and shoulder. It was right at a point of control. I said this thing's likely to go up probably the measured move to 12 cents. It was sitting at 8 cents. It's now at 27 cents. I'm serious. It went from 8 cents to even higher. It went all the way to 33. It did a 4X, my friends and family here, my lifers, a 4X. It's still holding massive gains all the way up here of about 222% gains. It's the biggest gainer. And if you were in my trading group, you would have known what the heck this was. The Metaverse. The Metaverse. All right. I had no idea what it was. I had just found it. Look, and I did such a nice, neat post for you. Look at, we'll jump to the post here. Hit jump to the post. We'll take a look. MC Metaverse, 4-hour possible inverted head and shoulder. And I saw it. I was just making the right shoulder. It would just kind of hug this line. Never go lower than this area. Never get stopped out. This thing was a monster. I had no idea it would go up 300%. What a monster. Metaverse to the upside. But on 210, you would have known what it was at 8:50 in the morning. I'm grinding on Friday morning at 8:55 in the morning. I'm grinding and we find Metaverse. And then Shift took the idea of that we would pump up to the 200 SMA and be strong with it. And it's been strong with it. I know what you're waiting for. You're waiting for my Bitcoin update. But I just want to show you where the gains are every single day here in the trading group. Finding the gains. And there's also gains by my elite traders too as well. Do not sleep. Unbelievable. And we woke up, this weekend we had Toko hit for gains, which was in a nice little falling wedge on support. Took a nice little pump. We had Zen Horizon, which was tighter in this zone and eventually would make a breakout. It would do a little dip there, but never lose that line of control, 26%. H-bar was a bigger winner on the weekend for 39% gains on the 12th, right? Tomorrow, Valentine's Day. Will you be my Valentine, each and every one of you? Sorry if it sounds a little strange to you. Latentry got lit. I said Latentry's looking to get lit. It got lit 2 days later. Off the cup and handle, bounced off that lower trend line, never hit the stop loss for 42% gains on Latentry. I put out GLQ on the 10th. It banged for 12%. I believe 36% on the 12th, sorry. And it banged GLQ. High Clone X made a little bit of a gain, and others. Matrix AI would bounce off the zone, all of the hidden bullish divergence. We're teaching you hidden bullish, okay? And it's still kind of holding that gain too. So a lot of different things booming. Shout out to ORAI. Shout out to my man DK for hitting ORAI for 200% gains, nailing it. And shout out to everybody here on the live. ARM nailing the gains for 42% gains out of Arenum. And 294 out of Metaverse, the biggest gainer of the week so far. Huge. Swash banging on them, and Shift hitting them. So shout out to my whole team. That is not done alone. That's done with me, my team, and all of us together, really. Even if I do it, it's everybody pushing me to do it. It's the group. Without that feverish nature of the group pushing me to the highest level, I don't believe I would ever hit these high levels. So shout out to everybody here. May God bless you. Looking at DSLA, it continues to pump. Bit of a show cup with a handle here. See this? Bit of a cup and a handle. Inverted head and shoulder broke out. Revisiting the neckline with as a resistance point. Let's see if it can hold the zone and get a move to the upside here. All right. Would have to flip. The 1 hour's oversold inside of this channel. So DSLA on my radar. It's, could double top, right? There's some bearish tones there too. All right. But we will see. We will see. Okay. So DSLA on my radar, just want to put that out there. Over 50% of the watchers haven't liked the stream. Smash that like and pay the man. Style, it's rare. We hit a stop loss. Shout out to Brett Mohar. Question, do you make lottery for free memberships to the trading group? All the time. We do all sorts of fun stuff. You know what? I'll do one today. We'll do a free membership to somebody out there in the world. All right, we'll ask a funky question. We'll go back to the tweet here. What's your favorite AI coin? Not many people know the AI coin, so we'll do a broader question here. All right. Do you like to tell people about cryptocurrency, or are you done? Like some people have told as many people as they want, and they're beat up by the people not listening. But some people still listen and tell people. So do you like to tell people about cryptocurrency? Do you? And Bitcoin? Right? And share a quick story. Best story wins 1 month in the trading group, which is $99 value, and I believe a value of like hundreds of dollars, because you can learn and extrapolate so much information, learn, meet people, have a blast, and get down. So share a quick story. Do you like to tell people about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin? Share a quick story. Best story. If I could type. Oh my gosh. I believe it's like, nervous typing when I'm here. Best story wins 1 free month in the trade, in my trade group. Let's go. But we got to get 100 comments, 50 retweets, or it's not happening. All right. Go. So let's do it. Do you like to tell people about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin? Share a quick story. Best story wins 1 free month of my trading group. Let's go. 100 comments, 50 retweets. Go. Share a quick story. Best story wins 1 free month in my trading. Okay, cool. All right. All right. And also, something horrible right here. I'm hearing in Ohio, there was an explosion in Ohio. A big explosion in Ohio where people are smelling all sorts of chemicals. It's insanity. Seems not to be on the news. I don't know what's going on. But Ohio, no. East Palestine, Ohio, I'm hearing. And this has been going on for like a week now. But a controlled release of toxic chemicals from derailed train car. I don't know if that's the true story, but there's some explosion in Ohio. Animals seem to be dying, birds, all sorts of stuff. This is really hard to find out the real news here, but I just wanted to bring it to you. Something's going on. Ohio catastrophe is a wake-up call to derailments of deadly train derailments. The next derailment could be cataclysmic if action isn't taken after the incident near Ohio-Pennsylvania border. 5 days after a train catching vinyl chloride derailed and exploded near Pennsylvania border, crews ignited a controlled burn of toxic chemicals to prevent a much more dangerous explosion. Thousands in East Palestine, a town of 5,000, evacuated, and officials warned the controlled burn would create a false-gene hydrogen chloride plume across the region. It's a highly toxic gas that can cause vomiting and breathing trouble and was used as a weapon in the First World War. It actually did. Animals died. It caused a horrible problem. So this is actually kind of ongoing. I don't know if it's contained as much as they say it is. It's a bit out of control. So just be careful. If you know anyone out there, just, moment of silence to anyone that got hurt or lost livestock or just anything that happened to anybody, anyone who rushed in, any one of the workers who had to ignite that stuff, anyone who had to be near it. And may God keep everybody whole as best as possible. That's insanity. So just something to think about there too. I'm in Ohio and I'm in Champaign. I don't know what's going on. It's true. It's chloride. And we have to evacuate people out of the area who wouldn't leave. Wow. So we got someone in Ohio on boots on the ground here. Boots on the ground. It's already cleaned up. I deliver out there. Nice. Nice. Probably a distraction. Probably is. Let's get back into crypto, and the charts tell us the news. So as long as we stay in the charts, we'll find the news. Let's break down BTC. We gave you this short, remember the other day? This inverted cup and handle, right? This cup and handle, this inverted head and shoulder, never hit the stop loss. This thing would blast to the upside. Then another idea that it would continue to move. The short would blast, take rid of it now. But again, just the more simple idea was that it broke out, all right? Short did break out. It's now kind of in this 4 hours a bit overbought, or the 1 hour's a bit overbought. The 4 hours suggests that there may be some more gasoline here on this move to the upside for the short. So you can almost put the short here. Okay, so here, this is the kind of how I listen to the music. I'm like, tried something a little different today. So this flag, it's getting rejected by the 200 SMA. The 1 hour's overbought. I get it. It's at a resistance. But if Bitcoin continues to dump, this flag's going to pump. We get to 20,009. It's another 20% gains here out the short. It's got a bit of a cup and handle vibe to it. And it's oversold in stochastics with lack of bearish momentum. Falling volume and falling price also suggests that you're lacking sellers here. This could get a bit of a move here. Just something to think about. It is somewhat double topping. We'd hope it was like an ice cream with, we'd hope it's like an ice cream with, sprinkles and syrup. So it would be double topping. Double topping. Oh, God. Sorry. I'm the worst. A hot dog with ketchup and mustard, double top. I'm sorry. I'll stop. Enough. I'm sorry, babe. My wife is cringing upstairs. She's saying, please, you tried your comedy. It didn't work. That's why you went to charting. You do the voices and you do the best you can, she said, but you got to stick to the TA. You're just not a comedian. You're not a comedian. You're not a comedian. All right? People don't want to hear you make jokes. They want to hear you play with the chart. So let's take a look at Bitcoin and break it down for each and every one of you beautiful people on this wonderful Monday before CPI data, which has everybody kind of in a frenzy as we wait for the next move coming. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We also have some crazy news for you too as well about Binance. We're going to break down all the news for you. Do not worry. You're going to know everything you need to know about cryptocurrency by the end of this live stream for today. Tomorrow's going to be another day. We're going to have more to talk about. But today we're going to have enough to give you the information you need to survive. So let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Taking a look here at BTC and what we see happening. So possible double bottom here on the 4-hour time frame. Possible savvy cup and handy to the upside when we look at it very, very closely, of course, right? But of course, cup and handle to the upside. This is how a lot of these bottoms we've seen on the smaller time frames have played out. So it doesn't mean that it can't happen. Starting to round here on the 4-hour time frame, which means it could round back up and we could get a move like so. I've seen that happen many times in my life. It wouldn't be the first. So Sammy cup and handy, possible. More of a double bottom, right? In a falling wedge here. What I don't like is that the 4-hour is now below the 200 SMA. When we were up in here, I was super excited. I said, I love this. As long as we stay above the 200 SMA, I am bullish. The second we go below the 200 SMA, I become bearish. Not what I'm looking at. Not what I'm looking at. All right? Just not what I'm looking at. So when we break this down here, double bottom on the 4-hour time frame is the bullishness. The bearishness is that we're below the 200 SMA. And I always say, open up a short the second you get rejected or you start to go below the 200 SMA. It doesn't always play out perfectly, but the idea is to keep the stop loss on the other side of the 200 SMA and just, and you can backtest this on any asset in the world. You can go through any asset you want in the world and backtest this. Right here, a couple candles, boom, dump. Here, a couple candles. Eventually, we got the dump. The stop loss stayed above here, fine. It might have got stopped out there, depending on how chintzy it was. Right there was a beautiful short. Right there was a beautiful short. Right there, or even before that, sorry. Beautiful short to the downside. So losing this level, losing the support of the 200 SMA is never a good sign on the 4-hour. And I go over this every single day. And I think that's why people like the consistency here, because my way of trading is simple. Over and over again, same type of stuff. Support and resistance, moving averages, and momentum indicators, VRVP, and we're ready to rock, right? So breaking this down again closely, we have a double bottom. Let's take a look. So, and the 4-hour could be curving on us. 22 is oversold, but I've seen huge dumps down here. Just because you're low doesn't mean you can't have a huge dump. I just want you to understand that. You must know that anything is possible at any given moment in time. Your indicators are simply just probabilities. There's no guarantees. I've seen the daily stay down here and dump for days and never come back up for a while. It can happen. What I do like and what I keep talking about are these tweezer bottoms. Buy up, buy up, buy up. This one came in, but we still have these two tweezer bottoms and this one too as well. Also on the weekly, we have tweezer bottoms. I'm going to show you something in a second that I showed my trading group last night. So if you're my trading group, you get the information first. Sometimes I rehash it out here on the live, but you want to be privy to the information as soon as humanly possible. That's what happens in the trading group. We don't play. Let's take a look at our 1-hour time frame, which is oversold and in a falling wedge. Simple. I'm just keeping it exactly how I'm supposed to keep it. This has a 68% chance of a break to the upside, but we have some support and resistance issues to talk about. All right, let's break it down. One idea that I'm starting to see, I have two ideas here on the table. I try not to confuse you, but my mind is open. So shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. That could break you down. Right there. That's a possible head and shoulder pattern. Let's take a look at it on the smaller time frames with more detail. The smaller time frames will give you that detail that you may not see on a bigger time frame. Okay? So possible inverted, possible head and shoulder pattern here. Making maybe another right shoulder that could dump. All right? But I also see, I'm open-minded, that we could be building the complete opposite. But that's been built. But we could have a shoulder here. This could be a head, and we could be making a right shoulder on the outside once we break out and retest maybe one of these levels too. That would be a beautiful inverted head and shoulder that would dig us out of this to the upside, and we would start to move. Again, what would have to happen, we'd have to break this local point of control on the 15-minute time frame. As you can see, bounce, came up, fell through, resistance, bounce, resistance, came up, resistance, fell through. And so this level is super important, 21,800. 21,800. We have to get back above 21. It's all about the 8s. I talk about it all the time. So if Bitcoin can't close a daily candle or a 4-hour candle really above 21,860, I'm going to circle the region here. Bitcoin's got to get back up in here. We'll make a box, a green box. Bitcoin has to get back inside this zone right here, at least, just to begin. That's like the first step up the stairs. Then we can begin to see if we can even begin to climb up the stairs. All right? LCX wants to pop off. No super chats today, fam. We'll take a look. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all. How did you ask? Because last time I asked about crypto and it said it couldn't predict. Sammy Pocket Square is so fresh and so clean. Shout out to Maddie Stevens in the house. Appreciate you, Maddie. Remote horizontal support line is not that simple. Interesting. Q183S charted and an analysis of your favorite long-term hold. A deep dive on a low-cap gem. Ask for it on a super chat. Shout out to Toby. There are ways to check ChatGPT and answering what you want. What do you think about high coins, specifically high fluff? Thank you. Another day to DCA. Shout out to Scotty Swing on the house. God bless you, Scotty. Were you up early on the Jordan stream? You never know. So we're watching this cup and handle double bottom here for Bitcoin. It's all about the 1 hour, and can the 1 hour get back above this point of control and get into that green box? That's the first step. If you can't get a daily candle or a 4-hour candle to close in this green box, expect more downside. Quote me on it. Write it down. If you can't get a daily or a 4-hour candle to close above this point of control or into this green box, this area alone, expect more downside. I do not see how we will get a massive blast to the upside if we can't break this high. We're in a downtrend. Here's your high. Here's your low. Lower high, lower low, lower high. Expect a lower low. Downtrend. Until you break the trend, you must expect that the trend will continue to the downside. It's simple trend analysis. Super chat incoming. How's Aura Lifer? Shout out to Abdullah for the $2 super chat. Salam alaikum. May God bless you. Shout out to Abdullah. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate you all for being here. Shout out for a great weekend stream. We got through a crazy last night. Super Bowl stream was awesome. Post Super Bowl stream. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for doing that. I've been watching the Super Bowl since I was 3 years old. I don't think I'm going to stop doing it. I don't watch the halftime show. I never did, never have. I never was into it. I always thought the music was weird. I always thought the music industry was strange. I never was too, I always wanted to kind of make music and be a part of it. And then when I really saw what was going on, for me personally, I just, I always got weird vibes during, I think I watched one Grammy or one. I don't watch the Grammys. I don't watch the Super Bowl. I don't watch any of that nonsense. I really don't. I don't watch the VMAs. None of that stuff. I never did. I have no idea why. I was just never a fan. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Super chats, Aura Chain. Yo, bro, this is the first time on your channel. You're kind of cool. Can you look at ICP, USDT for me? Cheers, bro. I mean, that's a way to get me to do what you like, to call me cool, to say I'm a nice guy. So now I'm like, all right, if it is your first time, I'm going to look at it for you. This is his first time on the channel. I want to make sure he feels nice and warm and cozy. So here, we're going to give you the best technical analysis you've ever seen in your life. We're going to break it down. One thing I'm going to show you that many people probably never saw, that I just saw, is a shoulder. I've seen that as a possible head and shoulder pattern. Just watch out for that. It has a king head, right? I just saw it in literally a split second, but I could be wrong. All right? We were hoping that it would stay inside a channel like so, something like this. This is what, I was envisioning. It would retest this and dump to the downside. Rounded tops do not pay the bills. All right? The only people that pay the bills are the bills front, that being the bills, you know what I'm talking about. The front office. The front office pays the bills, right? I mean, right? They come up with a salary, right? If they're going to give Josh Allen money. Hey, hey, my name's Peter Griffin. If you think this show is awesome, then you got to hear my Peter Griffin, Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up here. If you close your eyes and you think you're watching Family Guy, you'll be like, yo, I'm watching the guy on Family Guy. He's from Quahog. He's got the accent from New England. He knows exactly what's going on. He eats pizza, drinks beer. He loves it all.
Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Meg, we love you, Meg. We're not going to leave you at the gas station. We're not going to keep the door locked. Meg, you get a new bed and we love you. God bless Meg. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I can't believe it. When I'm watching crypto, I watch Crypto Lifer every single day. If you've never seen a live stream like this, then this is something out of your mind.
Hey, don't do that. Hey, Peter, my name's Marky Mark. And you know what? It doesn't matter, everybody. I played a cop, I played a fireman, and I could do it again. And you know what? I've had all these different wives. They're always pretty in my movies, and it doesn't matter. I work out. All right, I got abs. And you know, I hang out with Peter all the time. Right, Peter?
Hey, Marky, me and you can hang out any single time. You come to Quahog, I'll drink beers with you until I throw up all over the house. God bless you, Marky Mark. There's nobody better than you. I'll work out with you, too. We'll go to the gym. I'll do sit-ups, push-ups. You're the only one that could get me to work out, Marky.
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break down ICP for my man. We have so much to go over. We have to go over the dollar index. We have so much to go over. Let's break it down. Go to CryptoLifer.com if you want to join my trading group today. If you want the knowledge and the skills to change your life. All right, I teach you subconscious mind theory, which is that you've been brainwashed by subconscious advertising in all sorts of colors and waves and shapes. And we need to get you into a new zone. We need to change the way you think so the charts become clearer to you. All right, we need to change the way you had, I had to change the way I thought to become more successful in life. The news is made for you to feel emotional. They're trying to they're trying to do things to you to make you do certain behavior. This is all kind of, it's all done around you and to you, but you can't see it. So ICP in a bit of a falling wedge cup and handle here. Sammy cup and handy for ICP. Bit of a cup and handle. Doesn't mean we can't kind of maybe even go further down here. I pulled what's called the Fibonacci at this level. And you can see we might come down to the 618 and retest that support one more time, which would be a $4.51 ICP. But right now we are at a good, we have a level here to hold. And a 0.5 Fibonacci level, I wouldn't be surprised if we came down and tested it for ICP. Now, this would be a giant shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder the other way up, right? Just, you got a point of control on the VRVP. You'd want to get back above at 564. Let's take a look at our daily time frame. Our daily is very oversold. And what you have is one of my favorite ideas is a bit of hidden bullish divergence. This is swinging up, right? Even if we come all the way down, that's a sharp swing to the upside, but that's a swing down. That tells you that the trend should continue to the upside. The thing is you could go lower and still have hidden bullish, all right? But I like what I'm seeing on this daily time frame. It would give me an idea, to possibly open the trade with a stop loss below the 618 Fibonacci level. And ICP has a measured move to about 46% back to this previous resistance and maybe into this zone again. Also, the point of control could give you to the volume area high, which would push you all the way back to at least $8.40. So I've been looking for a bounce here or here and maybe even some sideways behavior for ICP, but ICP is looking pretty good to me on the daily time frame. On the daily, 1 hour also suggests that it could go up or down. 4 hour needs to cool off. Look at shoulder, head. Is it making a possible right shoulder here for a bigger move to the upside? This is interesting to me. I would watch all these developing shapes and patterns. All right, and that's ICP in a nutshell. I hope that's one of the best technical analysis you've ever been given in your life. May God bless you and yours. Let's take a look at ORAI. Let's take a look at ORAI real fast on KuCoin. I do this every single day for 2 hours a day for the last 700 and some odd 70 days. I started in February of 2021. I was live streaming before that, but the obsessive compulsive of no days off started in, a while back. Now I go all over the country. I've been to Vegas, Miami, Hollywood, Florida, Sarasota. I visit my mom and dad, people across the country. And what I do is I have a travel setup that goes everywhere with me. So I never miss a day, no matter what's happening in my life. If it's Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, I bring my setup with me. My whole family respects that. And they realize how dedicated I am to the craft and nobody minds. And so I live stream every single day of the year. May God bless each and every one of you. So here, there's two scenarios here. I pulled a fib. I really like that we had bounced off this 618 golden pocket, 706, came back down to the 0.618 now. I get it. anything could happen at any moment. This could dump all the way to the downside. We do have a resistance here, but it's a higher low. Low, high, higher low. We put in a higher high. We have somewhat of an uptrend here for ORAI. This is how a lot of these coins look. You're oversold in the 4-hour time frame. You're oversold in the 22. You're beat up. You have a hidden bullish divergence, in my humble opinion, because this is pretty flat. Well, that's moving to the upside. That's a hidden bullish. It's also a really good sign. 1 hour's in indecision, getting tighter in the zone. I'm telling you right now, I like these AI coins. They're looking interesting to me. And I've been giving all these setups to everybody in the trading group. They know what's going down. Shout out to TrueBits. And honestly, you could take that setup. That's what a lot of coins look like all over the market. Let's take a look at TrueBits. Took a dump to the 200 SMA, but is getting held by that 200 SMA. That happens a lot. The more you play with moving averages, the more you got to understand these notions. This, to me, is a bullish consolidation. I like what I'm seeing here for TrueBits. And you caught me in the zone right now. My brain is in this like hyper state of alpha. And when I get into this, that's what happens. I do the live stream, and my brain literally goes into some type of, a beta state. And it's in the zone right now completely. Like, it's operating similar to a bot at the very moment, just in the zone. So look, we did come right down here to the 706 Fibonacci level, my secret fib. We bounced off of it in conjunction with the 200 SMA. Right now, we broke below the 200 SMA, got back below it, back above it. The stochastics RSI have momentum to the upside. We also have the hidden bullish divergence even on the 1 hour time frame. Swing up to swing up. You can label that nicely if you label your settings and have them in waiting like we do here. Hidden bullish divvy. I like what I'm seeing. We have a measured move, which we can add to that too as well. I like labeling it all nice and neat for you so you can see what's happening. This is what's called a bull pennant. It's consolidating nicely. Now, we could even dump to the downside. Anything could happen, but we've already hit off my 706 fib level, which is very, very interesting. Support and resistance are starting to build here. Bit of a double bottom, possibly off of 14.5 cents. You're back to 15. This thing could go all the way to 27 cents. All right. 22 is looking good. The daily needs to come on down. It's heading down. The 4 hour looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing here on True One, USDT, TrueBits. Shout out to the lifers. The 30-minute doesn't look great. I'd put an alert on that. It might have to come on down and reset. The 15-minute is resetting, which is my go-to time frame for entry whenever I'm looking at something pretty hot and tempting. So TrueBit on the radar. I like what you're seeing for TrueBit. And this is what I do is I teach students. They tend to watch my stream, and then they give us charts that are like really ready to rock. So the stream is a place where educated people show up almost every single day to hang out and go over some of the hottest charts in the game. And it happens every single day because I don't stop. I have a schedule. I'm here 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Last night was just an anomaly. We always are here at 8 p.m. except, no, we aren't. We can't say that, right? Because we weren't yesterday. But 99.9% of the time, you will catch me 8 p.m. Sunday night, Saturday night, ready to rock for you. All right? Ready to rock. If I don't do it on that time, I will tell you the day before or a week before. I will alert you, and everyone will know, and I will still make up that time. All right? I do 2 live streams on the weekend, one in the morning and one at night. Every single day, I do a live stream. So don't worry. And I'm here. I faced all the haters. The haters disappeared. You know why? Because we kept talking. We kept showing up, and they couldn't hate as consistently as we could love. So our love just defeated the haters over time, right? And that's what happened. We just kept showing up. Eventually, they were just like, how could I hate on this guy? He just never stops, you know. Consistency will beat back any bit of hatred. Even haters will love you because they'll be like, man, he's consistent. I hate that guy, but you know what? He's the most consistent man I've ever hated in my life, you know. So, and honestly, I just focus on the love, you know. I focus on the love, baby. I'm going to talk about THETA. I like THETA holding a buck. I believe it's going to be a long-term project. DCing into THETA, probably a smart idea. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Just something I'm thinking of doing. We don't know if that's a good idea for you. You're going to have to make that decision for yourself. Bit of a falling wedge, you know, somewhat of a cup and handle inside here too as well. And again, if Bitcoin takes a dump, almost anything will. Some low-cap gems will still be okay, though. This is a nice little hot one. This is on MEX Global. Open up your account. We trade MEX Global and KuCoin. Always have a MEX Global ready. Always have a MEX Global ready. Shout out to Hannah King. SPY going up, DXY coming down. We'll take a look at the DXY, which we've already talked about this morning in the trading group. Shout out to everyone in the trading group who loved their DXY update this morning.
Yes! Yes!
It was a good update. It was a good update. It felt good. It felt good. Things were moving smoothly this morning. It's a beautiful day. You know what? We're back to being warm again. We were freezing here in Boston. You couldn't even go outside without your toe falling off. But, you know, now it's nice out. It's actually beautiful. And it was like 50 degrees yesterday. It's 40 degrees. Today, 40 is amazing. 40 is amazing. Shout out to everybody here. Likes matters. Press that like button. New subscriber as you got me to speak after finding you 5 days ago. Keep up the good work, man. God bless Jay Prez, man. Jai Prez, man. We love you, brother. Hey, man, we love you, bro. You've never met a community like this that wants to bring you in and draw you right in and get you to your highest level that you've ever been. We're going to raise the frequency to the highest it's ever been. No profanity here. No low negative language. We're not going to put anybody down. We're not going to call anybody a name. We're not going to do anything like that here on this channel. May God bless each and every one of you. This is a safe place to be cool, calm, and collective. May God bless all of you for coming on in. DMTR, and I do love God. And if you don't have a relationship with God, I do not. That does not matter to me. I do, and I will profess it. And, me and God got a good thing going. But may God bless you, everybody here. Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate you in the community. God bless. Thank you so much, Jai Prez, man. Hey, man. And, hey, you just brought up, God bless everyone. Shout out to Timmy313, man. Going to grab a seal for lunch right after the live. This guy. I overslept in the late wait. What did I miss? You're okay, Skinny. You're okay, Skinny. I got the heating on full and I'm still cold. God knows what my gas bill will be. I'll owe $1,000 at the end of the year for sure. 1,000 pounds? It's not bad. I mean, we're probably spending $400 a month over here. So, thanks for everything, Sammy. Shout out to Jesse Namaso. We love you, Jesse. God bless you, brother. Nothing but love and positivity. Shout out to everybody here. Elton, Jeffs, Jesse. Shout out to all my moderators. CNC Ireland. Toby Linares. All my crew. Shout out to Hannah King giving $2 Canadian. God bless each and everything that anybody gives to the channel. DMTR, another $2 pound from Drum and Art. God bless you, brother. I hope your art's going well. I hope you're having a good time creating on this beautiful planet. Thank you for coming on in. Shout out to John Thomas, Jimmy the Bastard, and Barno McBarno. We love you all. Shout out to Brett Marr, my man, Hunches, Druid Crypto. Shout out to the Blue Blood Druids. Shout out to Jamie in the zone. Shout out to everybody here. Zeno, my man, love you, brother. Shout out to Marco, Sean Moss, Studio 388, Pies 1976. Appreciate your work, brother. Your view on TrueBit. I mean, wow. You just gave us a hot one. Tight moving averages ready to go. I like what I'm seeing for True. I mean, True is something I might take I'm liking that. We're going to look at Casper while we're on our Mex Global game right now. And I got to move fast when I'm on the live, right? I don't have time, but I want to make sure people at least get the indication of what's happening here. All right? I like Theta. Theta's been consolidating, but you got the shoulder, head, and shoulder there. That could take you down. So I'll wait on that. I don't like that. See that? We are consolidating, though. I don't like that. Oversold in the 1 hour, on the 4 hour. I mean, Theta is a substantial project. Okay, so this is what I see happening for Theta. Let's make it an ascending triangle. Just taking its time. It will consolidate nicely and longly. It's got a bigger market cap, and it does take its time. It's not a small cap gem that just pops out of nowhere. Theta takes its time. But I'll keep Theta on the watch. I keep an alert here, and now it's another coin that I just keep on the zone. How to keep coins in the zone, how to keep a watch, how to know what's happening, how to have one coming while one's going, keep the conveyor belt of coins. That is the key too as well. Not only you have to be good at TA, but you have a way to kind of cycle through coins. You have to know what's going on, figure out what's happening. Bond made a move out of this cup and handle to the upside, about 24% gains in total. Battling right now about a 12% move. Let's take a look at our DXY and see if it's changed in the morning. Let's take a look at our DXY. True already getting an alert. Let's take a look at our DXY. So we really wanted this rising wedge to break to the downside on the 4-hour time frame. We wanted a dump here. We wanted the 4-hour to begin to dump. We wanted an M pattern. We talked about it this morning at about 8 in the morning. This here we go, and then the dump down to here. We don't want to get above my green zone. We want to get rejected. We want to get back inside of this pattern. We want this to be a breakout, fake out of this longer trend line here, this big white one. So far, so good. And if the 4-hour can continue to the downside, this will be a blast. The 1-hour has been dumping, suggested it may stop the pounding, and we make it kind of just, some sideways behavior. But I'd like to see if this 4-hour just pin that 1 hour, and we would continue to the downside. Let's see if we get that bearish engulfing on the 4-hour time frame. Let's zoom in a little bit here, get rid of this M that we do not need. Random dots that we do not need. I mean, that is a bearish engulfer. You can really put in this candle in there, that candle in there. Soon, hopefully, this candle inside if we could get it. So that's a good sign for Bitcoin. A bit of a dump here, and it's an M pattern in my eyes because it's two tops. It's a double top. And Bitcoin's double bottoming. We flip it upside down. We got the double bottom for Bitcoin, the double top for the dollar index. This could be a good sign. What I don't like is the idea that this is a bit of a... See, it has diamond vibes. So we'll just keep watching it. If it came in from the bottom, it should break back out of the bottom. But it says we should go down lower first. So I'll take the lower first, and then we'll go from there. But it does have some diamond vibes. I just want to put that out on your radar. So I see this 4-hour continuing to dump on us. This would be a really nice move to the downside here, and it would help out Bitcoin and ES1, the S&P futures. S&P futures getting the pop that we talked about, but it's right at the line. All right, 4-hour is here. We got to get, so same thing going on here. The dollar has to continue to dump. We have to end up somewhere up here. If the dollar changes here on this 1 hour and we get a bearish retest down to this area, this will change the story. So we're at a precipice right now. In the next 4 to 5 hours, we need to make sure that the 4-hour candle closes above basically 41,040, 4140. We got to get in, and really, I'd rather get above these two zones, 4176, and even all the way up to 4,200. So let's go. Let's go. We got to get that move to the upside. It looks like the 1 hour is a little exhausted and overbought and at resistance. Not the best sign. We need this 4-hour to blast. But look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder broke us to the upside. Hit the measured move, which was the neckline to the top of the head. Look at this. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. The charts, show me the charts, and I'll show you the news. They said that you would get a move to the upside out of the inverted head and shoulder. That's exactly what happened. You can't play yourself. We know where we're going to go if we break it. We know what we got to do and where we got to do to keep the bullishness. So can we get back above the zone is the question. So far, we're breaking above that local point of control. So today's a kind of a big deal. You can see there's a lot of sketchy information. There's a lot of confirmations that need to be had. S&P needs to get back above here. Bitcoin needs to get into the green zone, right? And the dollar index needs to dump to the downside here. So let's show these affirmations that everyone needs to just write down, because as long as these things happen, we'll be okay. If they don't, we need to switch bearish, right? So it's like, it's all affirmations on what we see. So here we go. We need the dollar to go back below this trend line and drop. And that actual support line that it's on is 103.36. We need the dollar to lose this support zone and drop further down. We'd like it to contend back with at least 102.61 and lower. So that's the level we want to see the dollar break. ES1 has to get back above 41.65, 41.80, and preferably 4,200. And Bitcoin needs to close the candle at 21,900, back above 21,860 to begin to remain bullish and get above this point of control. If these three things do not happen, it's more than likely that we will get shorts to the downside, and it's more likely that the shorts will play out in our favor, and we can make money playing the shorts. So just remember what I said. Write those numbers down. That's not an opinion. Those aren't like a person, that's not that. Those are actual factual areas that Bitcoin must get back above to remain bullish. If it does not, we have some trouble. Symmetrical triangle brewing here on the 15-minute, 50% either way. These are mostly bearish to me than bullish, suggesting that we will make a move to the downside or sideways behavior, but so far, sideways behavior. All right. Could we consider this a bit of a diamond pattern? I'm going to stretch the limits. Has some diamond vibes. I'll give that to y'all. We did come in the bottom. Could we break out of the bottom? It's a chance that has some diamond vibes to it. I'll give it to you. It's a stretch, but it's not the biggest stretch I've ever seen for a diamond. Giving us some hope we can break to the upside. 4 hour looks good. The 1 hour suggests we can get a move here, and the hidden bullish, the bullish divergence for Bitcoin suggesting too as well. So only time will tell. This was also very strong divergence here. This whole area was swinging down while this was swinging up. That suggests that that's going to be your bottom. The candles are closing higher than that candle, technically speaking, even though it's minute. And I've seen bullish divergence actually hold court like that before in my life. There's a chance. So there's your Bitcoin update. Really not much else to go over. We're going to talk about watching the 15-minute inside of that symmetrical triangle. Going to go over the idea that there's a possible diamond reversal pattern. And this is a bit of a double bottom. What will happen is if the 1 hour oscillates all the way back up here, and we end up somewhere up in here, and this is why I love the stochastics. They're my prerequisite. They're my constant. We end up somewhere in here, and we end up like, so watch today. This is how I can predict with good, this is how I can feel out with good probability what's likely to happen to Bitcoin based on these oscillators. But if we get to the top here and we hang out at this dotted line and we're not anywhere back above 21,675, so if the Stokes have the right to adjust all the way back up, but price action does not. And that's kind of when you see a juxtaposition of stochastics anomalies. So basically, when the Stokes move up, here, Stokes went from dotted line to dotted line. We got a nice move on the green chart, right? But we didn't break the resistance. Stokes moved from the dotted line to the dotted line. Right here. Started right about there. Came up, down, but like we couldn't break resistance. By the time we were back above the dotted line, we hadn't broken the left resistance. It's likely you're going to dump then. All right? Understanding this concept will change your life. Understanding that this is your constant in the scientific experiment. Price action is the indifference. Whenever price action doesn't do what the constant does, you know there's an anomaly happening. The anomaly can lead you to a probability. The probability can lead you to gains. That's how I trade. Let's go! I'm so passionate about teaching. My passion comes from simplifying the math and probabilities for you to understand. It's all about taking it one step at a time and having discipline and focus. One step at a time and having discipline and focus. One step at a time, having discipline and focus. To get where I am in life, I use the 3 Ds. All right? The first D is the desire to change my life. I daydreamed. I thought, hey, why couldn't I? Can I be somewhere different? I desired to change my life. The first thing you do is desire. The second thing I did was dedicate myself to something that I loved. I loved charting. I loved finance. I loved cryptocurrency. I dedicated myself to it. The third thing I did, right, was keep up the discipline and begin to find discipline, work out, do all the different things that gave me discipline to stay sharp. And the fourth thing that I did was to stay determined no matter what happened in my life. So with the 3 Ds, the desire, the dedication, the discipline, and the determination, I come to you every single day, ready to rock. My name is Samuel James Price. I am the Crypto Lifer. You are the Lifers. Together, we make the greatest show in all of cryptocurrency. May God bless each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I appreciate more than you would ever know. Thank you for listening to my spiel every day. Shout out to the 676 people on the live, 392 likes, $27 in chat revenue. Thank you for getting this free education. Pat yourself on the back for putting it together. And you get a comfy-wumpy idea of what's happening for Bitcoin today. So look, I mean, the 15-minute shows some bullish divergence here because swinging down, not really. Right there it showed a little bit. Right here. Swing down to swing down, you had to swing up. That could be your bottom there too. That's a bullish divergence. Probably the 7-minute is more accentuated. Yes, 7-minute. And honestly, I've seen 7-minute bullish divergence play out for months afterwards. I really have. But again, I'm not going to go on that rabbit hole like I did that other day. So let's take a look here. Symmetrical triangle for Bitcoin on the 1 hour. 1 hour is oversold. Technically, lower on the lower side of the momentum on the stochastics RSI. MACD showing signs of a lack of bearish momentum. We could get a move. and the 15-minute in indecision, but bouncing off the bottom trend line. So far, so good. We could look at this as an M. I'll take that, right? And we have resistance at 21,680. Bitcoin has to get back above these zones. So this is a symmetrical triangle with a 50-50 shot of going up. Measured move would take you to all the way to about 21,869. This would take you to about 21,400 for another bottom area. If we lose the zone, where do we go? We go down to this area here, our next area of contention for Bitcoin. As you can clearly see, this is our next zone, 21,600. Then it's going to be this sticking out area, the 19,100 area. Then if we lose that, it's a quick, swift move right back down to about 16,900, 17,002, because there's just a huge gap in the VRVP that we went up and down, and there's just not a lot of resistance here. So we don't want to get there, but we could. So far, Bitcoin holding a higher low is a very good sign. All right. And you saw me buy a Bitcoin, buy $5,000 worth of Bitcoin at 21,800. So right now, that was about a quarter of a Bitcoin, and I'm down $200. So I am down a whopping $50. I'm scared in my jeans. I'm wiggling in my bones. I'm nervous. Anyway, so that's what I see happening for Bitcoin. Another cool thing is that we're far away from the 200 SMA. Could we pump up to it? So I'll leave you with this, the 15-minute in a symmetrical triangle. The 1 hour suggesting we can break up, but the bulls must break above this zone, and get back into my green box to remain bullish. Otherwise, it's a rejection, and I would expect more downside. We've given you the projections already, too. Could this be a shoulder? A head and a possible right shoulder would be a beautiful move to push us back to the upside, and a retest of that so we can break out, retest this resistance for support, and get a move to the upside. So I'm watching the symmetrical triangle for now, and that's your update for Bitcoin on the day. The DXY and the ES1, you can't make it any clearer. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a look at our dollar total market cap of all of cryptocurrency. All right. And let's make a look at what happened from last night. Our levels to watch for the total market cap, $945 billion. We lose that, we're going to head down to $882. We lose that, we head somewhere down into the $830 billion level. So those are our three big macro levels to watch. We don't want to lose the zone we're in. However, like I said, we could consolidate inside the green box here. We could consolidate inside the green box here like so. This could be a shoulder, a giant head, and a right shoulder, and break us back to the upside. So that's something I'm projecting in case we go lower. I'll have that in my back pocket, and I'll remember it. See, that's the thing. I'll remember all these different things that I'm saying to you because my brain has this weird, pattern recognition thing. So we'll keep you in the zone. You keep me in the zone, and together we'll be fine. We'll have nothing to worry about. We'll go over Bitcoin every single day. So golden cross on Bitcoin. I know they could be latent, like we already pumped up. Then you get the golden cross. But back test them and see that a lot of times within a month after it, there is fruition in price. There is growth in price action. Okay. So that's just something to think about. Good morning, Sammy Bobami. Can I get your thoughts on IMX as a project, plus your top-notch TA? Thanks again for all your hard work. Immutable X. I mean, they're still here. They worked very hard as a metaverse team. They came up with a lot of good concepts. People respected them. I have no problems with Immutable X. I think they're actually here for the long term. We'll break down their market cap and all that fun stuff in a split second, too, for you. Thank you for jumping on into the live. I appreciate you. And thank you, Legos, the lifer. May God bless you. Another lifer here. Putting the lifer in the name. You can see that. More and more people associating themselves with the lifer brand, the lifer community, because it's a good, positive thing to be associated with. You know what I mean? Synthetics, Terra Classic, Mina, GMX, all kind of, trying to get a little bit of a move here on the 1 hour time frame, but nothing too crazy. But look, there is Immutable X. Isn't that interesting? Didn't even have to go search for it. Now, the market cap, $765 million, has a pretty big market cap. Crazy how big these market caps get, right? Its all-time high price was huge. Let's take a look here. All-time high price was about, $9.31. It could 10x from where it's at, right? At a bean right now. Is that correct? Yeah, 9 beans. And it's sitting here at 96 cents. So a 10x from where it started. Market cap could balloon, which is pretty crazy. Circulating supply about 2 billion. Immutable X.
the developer platform for Web3 games. See, everyone's putting Web3 now, changing the website, getting the narrative with the best scaling technology. Planet scaled unlocked, Ethereum grade security, 100% carbon neutral. Trade on Immutable X are always completely carbon neutral. Zero knowledge rollups, ZK rollups, baby. ZK proof. ZK is coming back. It was made in the 80s and the 90s. These are kind of theories that now can progress in digital space, if that makes sense. ZK rollups. So, but yeah, Immutable X. And we'll break down the chart in a second too for you. Let's just finish the total market cap. I know I'm dancing around. Let me just finish here. So, total market cap took a dump this morning, as you can see. Shout out to Bob McKissick. May God bless you, Bobby. Thank you for the love, man. Life are looking sharp today. Shout out to Jana Borenson. When does CPI? CPI comes out tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Maybe I do a quick live stream just for that. But, me, Kevin, and a bunch of other people handle that for us. I usually just jump in on his stream, and then I do my stream, right? I really want to get an interview with Meet Kevin. If you can bombard his stream, just be super nice about it. Hey, we're the lifers. We'd love to see you together. I think it would be I know he has a big channel and all that, but just person to person. He taught me a lot about YouTube in general. I studied him and how he kind of came up on YouTube. A lot of things I want to talk to him about. And I think we'd have a great interview. I'd accentuate a lot of the things that he does, talk about his programs and, and his real estate stuff that he teaches. So, yeah. Sam, I've never seen a Bitcoin bull run. How fast is it? You never know. It could be fast. I don't know, man. It could be fast. It could be slow. Usually takes about 6 to 7 months. Super chats, DMTR, when the market looks like it may dip, do you close your trades or wait for stop loss to get hit? Thoughts on Immutable X and TA? It all depends on the situation. It really all depends. 90% of the time, I keep my trade open. The trades I have today are up. Shift went up, right? Trades that I've been looking at and putting out are up. So I stick to my trades. You know what I mean? Because I do a lot of due diligence and thought goes into them. So they're not just kind of whatever, So we had this in a bit of a cup and handle. We lost the level. It fell to the downside. So what does that say? Well, let's redraw this pattern here and see what's going on. We had a nice bullish divergence too that didn't hold its level, which was interesting. So Bitcoin held the level, but this didn't. It kind of means that alts got sold off because what got sold? How did this go lower than Bitcoin? So it means all coins got sold off, Ethereum, stuff like that, right? So let's take a look at the bigger picture. Bigger picture is now this trend line is our nemesis. And we're in a bit of a falling wedge, okay? Now look, swing down on the 1 hour. We have a sharp bullish divergence. That tells you that should, technically speaking, technical analysis speaking, that should be your bottom, right? And you had a previous resistance here. You're now retesting the previous resistance for a bottom. The 1 hour time frame suggests a bounce back to the upside. Can we get it? Is the question. You could say, hey, well, you made a bear flag and you broke to the downside, right? Measured move. That's kind of exactly what we saw, right? Bang. Can we get the bounce back up? Could this V-shaped recovery? So here, we have bullish divergence. We're at a resistance, and we're oversold on the stochastics RSI. Let's get a move back up. I'm going to project the same, thing I was kind of looking at for Bitcoin. Can we get an inverted head and shoulder to dig us on our way out? If we don't, we're going to watch the smaller time frame like the 5, which actually isn't a bear flag. Look at that. And these could continue to the downside in a nasty shape where, and that would bring you down to $92 billion. No go, right? So I'd watch that flag. We definitely need a bounce here on the 1 hour time frame to stop this from continuing lower. This is the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. At the same time, we could hang out in my green zone and not break $882 billion too as well. So, and we have a big chunk of liquidity holding us where we're at as well. So time will tell. Let's let the 1 hour play out and see if we're going to have to V-shaped recovery back up though. Because right now that's a flag, right? So Bitcoin looking more bearish than the total market cap if we had to call it in its entirety. All right. Let's take a look at DMTR Dimitra, which I had in a nice tight channel.
fell out of the channel to the downside. Look at that. And I was in this trade. I didn't get stopped out yet, but it did fall down. It looked nice. I took it. You know what I mean? I took the risk. The risk did not play out for me. Low liquidity too. Could say it's still like this, but now rounded the top. It lost the zone. The channel was looking pretty. It had a higher low too. It is still holding a higher low. So technically low, high, higher low. It needs to hold this higher low. I'm not stopped out of the trade, so it's not the worst thing in the world. All right? But I am down. So we'll see. We shall see. Even I lose a trade. Even I lose my trades. I lose trades. Trust me. Nobody wins every single trade. Now, I have a good win rate, but I lose trades. I protect my win rate at all costs. So DMTR oversold in the 4 hour. 22 daily, right? 1 hour's a bit overbought now. And looks like it could dump us lower. So, you know what's kind of crazy? It's almost an Adam and Eve double top, which I didn't even look at till now. It really hadn't rounded out yet, though. Like, it was kind of just chiseling, you know? Possible an Adam and Eve double top. That could take you down even lower. I mean, these things did pop with a lot of frenzy. And if Bitcoin gets a beatdown, these are all going to take a beatdown. So, you don't buy green candles. You don't get into things because they're hot. You DCA slowly. I either swing trade or I DCA slowly. There's no in between for me. I'm not aping in just because it looks hot and I think it's going to go well. Doesn't go well for me usually. So that's something to worry about a little bit there. Possible an Adam and Eve double top. But so far we haven't lost the zone. I redrew the pattern. We could stay. We did bounce off of a local fib, which is interesting. We pulled a big fib though. I mean, you got to come down all the way down to about 228, right? One other thing is the 3-day chart is not looking amazing. It's very overbought. Very overbought. And you had a nice big pump up from the lows, though. Unbelievable. I mean, we called the low of this coin. We got very lucky. We were trading the bottoms, everybody. Like, you know, don't get too excited. We were trading the bottoms on Demetra. All right. I see ETH next support is 1450 sideways at bearish. Yep. Today I'll be on Miss Teen Crypto today, baby. Everybody check it out. Go to Miss Teen Crypto on Twitter. Say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Miss Teen Crypto, but check me on Miss Teen Crypto's channel today at 1 p.m. And she's got everybody. She just had Tommy Lee on. I mean, right? Or she had him on in December. I mean, she has so many awesome people trying to be the aliens about Bitcoin. That's pretty funny. Always staying relevant. Always staying relevant. But there I am right there, 30K or 20K Bitcoin. Special guest Sam Price with Miss Teen Crypto today at 1:30 Eastern Time. And we're all over the internet. At least, you know, someone's on my channel or I'm on one channel every single week now. Spreading the love, feeling it. I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Shibarium continuing to trend. Let's take a look at SHIB as SHIB continues to trend. So we already went over the whole markets. We know what has to happen for us to make the love. Also now, look at this. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Just, you know, I don't want to be the bearer of bear news, but I just got to show you what I see. I just got to show you what I see. We're getting a bounce here right now so far too as well for that dollar, which isn't the best for the rest of the markets. Did Toko hold its gains? Toko did not hold its gains, came back to support after that kind of Bitcoin shadiness. Ocean also losing the hidden bullish. So we got the pump. We got a little pump, but hidden bullish would lose the zone, which is interesting. Usually you do not get it like that. This doesn't happen like that. It's rare. But again, we have a lot of pressure with CPI data. All right. AGIX back to the 618 fib. As we talked about, getting into the golden pocket after the retracement. I mean, that's what you would like to see. Once you're at 64, who here would run after it at 64 and now they're down huge? You can't chase these coins. You can't chase them. You got to build positions in these coins. If you really want them, you build a position in them long term. All right. If you really, really want them. So today, not a day I would just run into trades. False move Monday, number one. Just not a day that makes me want to run into trades. Let's jump on into the news. Let's see what's happening in the news today and break it down for you. I have my team researching awesome articles every single day, breaking it down for each and every one of us.
Shout out to Jamie and my team who keeps us privy to the information every single day. Then we're going to give you BOOKMAP. We're going to talk about some more information. And we're going to break it down. I don't need those at the present moment. We'll do that upgrade at another time, eh? We'll do that upgrade at another time. In a timely fashion, eh? And they took away BOOKMAP from me. No, I'm just joking. I have BOOKMAP. But it's funny, like my team took away BOOKMAP on the screen, said that I can only drag it over. I can't make that mistake ever again. BOOKMAP will be dragged over, and you'll see BOOKMAP. This is BOOKMAP, link in the description below. It's showing us the order book of Bitcoin. It's moving a little slower than normal. Well, I mean, it always moves, but, you're getting a little less volume than normal, Biggest order here is at 21,300. It suggests that we go lower. There's really nothing else on the order book any close, so it suggests that we go lower to $21,300. That's what BOOKMAP suggests. I wouldn't be surprised if it is what happens. BOOKMAP's pretty accurate with the liquidity on the order book. So, and with that, I'll be right back with our news segment. I'll be back with the news. And always make sure that mic is back on, baby. I don't want to play you guys. Shout out to everybody here. Polkadot Mole's research into token morphism amid regulatory crackdown. Polkadot is looking into a research project for crypto token morphism guidelines. The research will require up to $19,000 in funding from the Polkadot Treasury. What is morphism? I don't know. Let's find out together. The Polkadot community is looking into conducting a research study centered around token morphism, a term used to describe the process that was used to transform the protocol's native DOT token from a security into software. Polkadot announced that it's achieved token morphism in November 2022, a process it said was direct result of 3 years of dialogue with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Now the project is considering funding a study that will explore how it managed the feat, according to a post on its governance forum, laying out the groundwork for maybe other coins to be able to follow suit and do it as easily and as sweetly. That's pretty cool. Token morphism. Can you morph your token from a... See, that's the thing that a security can't do. A security is a security. A security cannot morph. But a token is actual code. You could change it. It can move. Morphing. You know what I mean? Pretty cool is Galaxy Digital gets approved for Bahamas subsidiary amid rising U.S. regulatory uncertainty. Galaxy Bahamas recently approved from the Security Commission's the Bahamas in December for registration as a digital asset business under the Digital Assets and Registered Exchange Act of 2020. Galaxy Bahamas, a subsidiary of Mike Novogratz crypto investment firm, received approval from the Security Commission of the Bahamas in December for registration as a digital asset business under the Digital Assets Registration Act of 2020. In light of FTX dispute, customers, counterparties, and regulators may view operations with the Bahamian crypto economy as more risky than operations in other jurisdictions. Galaxy didn't immediately respond. I mean, Galaxy's been on a long, they're doing what they're doing. They want to continue to move forward in the crypto space no matter what. They're just going to find the jurisdiction that's going to let them do that. Shout out to Mike Novogratz. He's always been, someone that I've watched for years. Billionaire trader. He is a Goldman Sachs crony. He's up there. But, Mike has been always kind of said what he feels. He's been a little bit of an outlier. And, I don't mind Mike Novogratz as much as other people do for whatever reason. But Binance says BUSD FUDs are SAFU, but a regulatory cloud is forming over the U.S. February has been a great month for narrative that crypto's natural home is in Asia. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission attack on crypto has continued for a second week. As Asia got to work on Monday, the Wall Street Journal had a bombshell. The SEC was going after Binance-branded stablecoin BUSD. That's right. Going after BUSD might seem like a strange tactic to some observers. While the stablecoin wears Binance's branding, it's issued by Paxos and regulated by the New York Department of Financial Services, as opposed to Tether, which fought in court to keep what's backing USDT a secret. BUSD is the right way to do a stablecoin. Even as Binance's CEO, CZ, tweeted that BUSD funds are SAFU, the market reacted negatively to the report.
stating Asia morning hours on Monday, BNB's chain native token BNB fell 7%, and BUSD saw some 52 million inflows to exchanges, a sign of bearish sentiment, the data firm from CryptoQuant. The regulator has placed a curse on it, the Howey test, a 1933 U.S. Supreme Court that determined that if a transaction is found to be an investment contract, it's considered a security. To be sure, there's an argument, an ancient one in crypto years. Don't hate me for being custodial stablecoins are probably all securities. I have said this constantly. Gabriel Shapiro, U.S. securities laws are just insanely broad, right? So crypto's firm Paxos faces SEC lawsuit, and this is really the bigger news, over Binance USD token. The Security and Exchange Commission has told crypto firm Paxos Trust Company that it plans to sue the company for violating investor protection laws. According to the people familiar with the matter, the latest move in the agency's escalating campaign in crypto enforcement, even though Hester Pierce, the commissioner, had already put down that last enforcement and didn't even truly agree with it when it came down on Kraken, the SEC's enforcement staff issued a letter to Paxos known as Wells Notice, which the agency uses to inform companies and individuals of a possible enforcement action. The notice alleges that Binance US, a digital asset that Paxos issues and lists, is an unregistered security. BUSD is a Binance-branded stablecoin pegged to the dollar on a 1-to-1 ratio. I mean, this is crazy. It could be determined that if the SEC notice is specified related to Paxos' issue of the coin, the listing of the coin, or both. Paxos is not commenting on any individual matter, says the Paxos company. Binance said BUSD is issued and owned by Paxos, and it only licenses its brand. We will continue to monitor the situation, it said in a statement. The SEC didn't respond to requests for comment. Wow, this is crazy. Breaking news for sure. Has me kind of sitting back shocked. This is what people don't realize. Howey test equals precedent for investment contracts. Securities is a much broader category defined by the 1933 Securities Act. Honestly, if the SEC wants to, with how vague the act is, it's fairly easy to put anything under it. No expectation for profit that only means for investment contracts. As June 2020, a brief paper prepared by the Congressional Research Service outlines how under the Reeves test, which came from the 1990 case that examined when a note is a security, stablecoins may qualify as securities under Reeves' four-part test. Even so, some commentators have proposed theories to support that the proposition that stablecoin purchases may be motivated by profits for purposes of the Howey and Rev test. Yeah, like we're not buying the stablecoin. I guess we are because we want to use it to put into other coins. The problem is, while the U.S. engages in regulation by enforcement, Asia's financial centers are developing clear-cut frameworks. Hong Kong is developing its own stablecoin regime, which looks to give the green light to asset-backed stablecoins, provide the reserve assets are of high quality and high liquidity, while meeting outstanding stablecoins in circulation, but gives a red light to algorithmic stablecoins. Yeah, I mean, algorithmic we don't want. We want things that actually have backing. In an interview with CoinDesk during the Singapore FinTech Week, Ripple's general counsel Stu Alderati, who's currently leading the Ripple's fight, said that all of this simply hurts the retail customer in the U.S. and that the SEC is supposed to protect us. It has not provided clarity, and it's pushing innovation offshore to other economic centers like Singapore, he said. If the U.S. gets this wrong, they're going to lose their position as the leader in the new financial economy. It does worry a lot of us here in the United States that we will lose our forefront as always being an innovator in most business space, in all business. Correlation between crypto markets and NASDAQ turns positive ahead of U.S. CPI release. Observers expect Tuesday's U.S. CPI to show continued disinflation in the world's largest economy. The correlation between the crypto market and the tech-heavy NASDAQ equity has turned positive, indicating the digital aspect investors' renewed focus on risk appetite in Wall Street. The 90-day correlation coefficient between the crypto market's total capitalization with NASDAQ has risen from 0.12 to 0.74 in 4 weeks, reaching the highest since November, according to the data source from Charting. Yeah, they got a little off top because Bitcoin had its own issues. We had FTX. We have a lot of other things going on. Speculation that the FTX Reserve will resort to rate cuts later this year is perhaps behind the renewed correlation behind the liquidity-addicted risk assets. The longer-held position, positive relationship had crumbled in November. Honestly, money in, money out. A lot of money in the stock market. People making money. They're going to put money in other places. That's how I look at it. It's more common sense theory to me. But Bitcoin has its own 4-year cycle. Eventually, it will break off. We just understand these concepts better than most people because we live by the Bitcoin cycle. A lot of them don't even know the Bitcoin cycle, yet they're trying to correlate assets without knowing that cycle. That's kind of the issue I think a lot of people are having because, first and foremost, you have to have your brain privy to understanding Bitcoin.
then you can already understand the world assets. Someone can understand the world assets and not understand Bitcoin, and then they can't do correlation. So it depends. So Bitcoin taking a tumble. Let's take a look here on the Binance chart here. Bitcoin taking a tumble back to 21,495 here and falling. So 5 minute was in a bit of a bear flag here. Let's watch this closely. Interesting. And honestly, I mean, if you look at it, you kind of have this shoulder, this head, in a right shoulder. This looks shoulder, head, shoulder there too. So you had a head and shoulder pattern there, a triple head. See the triple head there? 1, 2, 3 on the 5 minute chart. 5 minute also showing signs of being in a bear flag, kind of rounded top. This looks shoulder, head, shoulder too. So you have head and shoulders acting up right now. I didn't realize it was going to be, a false move Monday. With the CPI data, usually I didn't think they'd have enough, crazy volume. Most people would be waiting out the charts to see what's happening. Not a lot of people would be aping in right now, in my humble opinion, right? So I don't think we'd have crazy volume. However, remember, we did say on BOOKMAP that it looked like we were headed lower to 21,300. These are the orders, and we are starting to drop to that area to fill those orders. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. Looks like that's all that's going to happen today. Maybe a possible little dip down to 21,003. Right, 21,004. However, let's see if that's a crucial area to lose. Yeah, wow, we go to 21,300. We're in some trouble. That means we're going to end up somewhere down in here, and we're going to lose this double bottom area and continue to fall to the downside. So not the best sign. Let me look at one other chart just to stay open-minded. I'll look at the KuCoin chart. I just saw something in my head that I wanted to do. Could I put this whole thing in a bit of a flag? I just wanted to see how that was looking to me. And that, to me, is a nasty bear flag with a nasty drop. And that could bring us right back down here to 20,869, 20,900, which is the area that I keep seeing us possibly go to. I could, shove it back in here, too, as well, and say, okay, well, we're in this kind of wedge that broke out first. To me, it looks most likely that we already kind of broke out of this flag, and we're starting to drop. But we're trying to hug this double bottom that I have shown on the other time frame, so... If I had to call it, Bitcoin goes sideways or to the downside on a lackluster Monday, and, I don't see a huge pump coming until the 1 hour can really dig ourselves out of here. So 1 hour's oversold. Can we get the move? 15-minute was overbought and had to push us down, and so the 15-minute began to push us. And now we're testing right now, 21,430. You can see we're testing this low. It's a clear double bottom right now, and if we lose the zone, we're going to go lower. False move Monday is also one of the worst days to trade. Monday is one of the worst days to trade in the game. Can't stand it. It's horrible. Why? Because it's false move. Like, half the time it says something's going to happen, and it doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't, or it goes one way, comes back the other. It's just one of the worst days to trade, in my humble opinion. And look, I mean, BOOKMAP was telling us 21,300 was likely to get touched. It looks like we went down to 21,000, 350 about, and we liquidated the longs in that area. Those are long liquidations right there. Those are people actually getting liquidated. That says 2 million. Might be 2 pi though. It says 2 MR. I don't know. Might be a really small number. Like 51,000 getting liquidated, 96,000, and the longs getting smoked right now on a Monday morning. I would not trade on a Monday morning. Not unless I saw something I really, really liked or I was already in a trade. All right. And we got UFOs getting shot down. We got a lot of insane nonsense here. And also, we gave you this idea. That possible head and shoulder pattern too as well. Today's one of those days where normally I can be like, it's going to do this, and I have a really good feeling. Today is the day I'm just watching the charts. I'm taking it in. I'm giving you the data. We need this double bottom to hold, or we're going to end up somewhere down in here in this gap. 21,000 This is your next place to go. 21K, 21,100. Why is Bitcoin doubling when the S&P 500 is having a good day? Because Bitcoin is below the 400 let's see, is the S&P below? The S&P
is well above the 200 SMA. You see this? Listen, if you had studied what I teach you, then you wouldn't ask that question, but you're young and you're new and you're getting into this, or you're old and you're new and you're getting into this, whatever it is, or you're not, or whatever age you are. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. What I'm saying is this: whenever you get back above the 200 SMA, you're bullish. The S&P has never broken below the 200 SMA on the 4-hour. The S&P is still in a bullish move. Until it goes below this yellow line, the S&P is bullish. Bitcoin is below the 200 SMA. Bitcoin is not in the same scenario as the S&P. All right? Not even close. It's well below. So the S&P is somewhere up in here, above its 200 SMA, and a really good sign. Bitcoin is struggling to get back above the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame. I even said every time you close a candle below the 200 SMA, expect downside. Expect downside. Look, even if you would open it here, you'd be in the money now. So what I tell all my students is you open up the trade. As the trade moves, you keep the stop loss on the other side of the 200 SMA. It's a hard trade. It's not the same as other trades. But what it says is over time, you will end up in the money. Now, the key would have been to open up here first, right? Use other things. You can use support and resistance and other ideas in your favor. It's made a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down. And, what I see here, really, is if you look at it in its simplest form. Watch this simple form. Big get spot. This is a bear flag. That's the length of the pole, and that's where you're going. 20,679. Back to 20K area is what it's suggesting if you can hold that double bottom. All right. 4 hours continuing to dump down too, getting that higher low, and eventually we're going to find this higher low. Eventually we're going to find the higher low. All right. We hit a high of 24,000. We weren't going to continue forever. It was heavy bearish divergence in this area. The bearish divergence was obvious. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. And it played out as it should have. All right. Bart Simpson head. I had you here, even before it dumped. If you're in my trading group, I had this as a shoulder, a head, and this is a shoulder. And then even in here, I had a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, and then it dumped. So you knew exactly what was going to happen if you were in my trading group. All right. You would have been privy to what to watch out for and the information to watch out for it with. And I believe we did the same thing here with Bitcoin today. Right? Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. And not one mistake today. Thank goodness. That was getting old with BOOKMAP and all the nonsense. Shout out to everyone that kicked it with me. 608 people on the live. $47 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. You look neat, bro. Best of luck. This is something. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for jumping on it. Lifer cooking that fire. Pump up the volume, baby. The house music always slaps you crazy. How good it fits with TA. Never thought of adding it. All the time, baby. It slaps, baby. It slaps. We looked at IMX. Let's look at Hero. So we put immutable X in this flag. The length of the pole was this. You hit it off and then you straighten it the way it was going. I mean, that kind of told you where we were going to go. So now it kind of had a shoulder, a head and a shoulder there, played games. So, I mean, you would just want to see that it respects this trend that it's on now. And immutable X can continue to the upside here. Oversold in the 4-hour time frame. If anything, that's a nice pattern trade to the top of the pattern. Right there for 15%. But the bigger idea is that it continues up here for 46%. So immutable X on the radar. I like what I'm seeing here for immutable X. Right? Aggressive entry at the bottom of the pattern at that point of control. All right? 1 hour getting overbought like the rest of the market, pushing up and not getting above the resistance. Immutable X. So this trend line must hold. This is what we're looking at. All right. That's what we're looking at. Volko had a nice pump out of nowhere last night, came back down. AYZ had a nice pump out of that symmetrical triangle that I drew for 37. NOIA had a nice pump move. VOI is still holding above its previous high. See that? Since we got in, it's still holding gains. VI. BLOK is interesting. Remember I said we weren't going to touch BLOK until it kind of starts to retrace. We didn't know exactly how it would happen. And there you have it. 569 beautiful people still kicking it with me towards the end of the stream. I used to have 3 people watching me on my live stream. 3 people. 4 people maybe. If I was lucky. I can't believe it. Miss Team is at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time tonight. Catch me on Miss Team Crypto today at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. Today at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. Again, today at 1:30. That's in 3 hours from now. 2 hours from now. Actually a little less, an hour and 45 minutes from now. You will catch me on Miss Teen Crypto. All right? Love you all. Thank you for being here. Let's jump back in, and we're going to answer this tomorrow. Come on now, everybody. This is sad. We have 800 people that come to my live, one of the most lively live streams in the world. Do you like to tell people about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin? Share a quick story. Best story wins 1 free month of my trading group. Let's go. 100 comments, 50 retweets. Let's go. Come on now. I've done this many times. We've got well over 100 comments. We can easily do it. Let me know. I'm going to read these tomorrow. I want to see so many awesome little stories. AGIX, new upcoming AGIX, dirt cheap, fat. IUP Debt Tech. Just bought some Crane Network, but I don't know anything. Jasmine, baby. Jasmine's hot. Fat, baby. Graph. Covalent. Fetch AI. HTR. Ali. A lot of people like this Ali. Render. Continue. We had Render pumping crazy. Aura Chain. I see Bybit saying Aura does not fit its requirements and may be deleted from the exchange. I don't trade Bybit, so no worries for me. Render will lead a crypto into the AI bull run. There's an arm race to secure the GPU due to the rise of AI. CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen, has seen the greatest wealth gain this year. AI is an exponential trend that's only just started. NVIDIA has invited Jules Render, founder, to speak for a decade now. Interesting. Render in the game. Made a huge call on AGIX, even shared it last year on your Discord. My man, Oswald. Orachain AIR. Shibarium. Still trending here. Let's take a look at SHIB. And the dollar index getting redder there. We want to see that continue to collapse. The narrative, right? So SHIB's still in a cup and handle. And I see it in this giant, right? Adam and Eve double bottom, revisiting the neckline here. This would be its place to blast. This is where, it's oversold in the 4, the 22, the daily, and even the 1 hour time frame. I mean, this is saying, hey, SHIB is saying, hey, if it can't hold this zone, then what can it hold, right? So SHIB is getting interesting to me. Potential profits for SHIB coming if it can get a bit of a rally for itself here are about 73%. So I'd watch SHIB closely. So I've gone over Bitcoin just not too long ago. I've gone over the entire markets. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's take a big sip of our water. I didn't drink enough. And there's a little bit of a short squeeze now on the other way. False move Monday would make perfect sense. Be careful trading Mondays. It's out of control. I'll be back later on in the afternoon for a Bitcoin update for my trading group. I'll be looking at the charts, all right? And I'll keep you updated. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, all right? Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. And you never know. I may just check in tonight. You never know. You never, ever know. Be safe. I love you. Thank you for everything you've given me. Thank you for coming to the show every single day. And thank you for being a part of the live stream. May you stay blessed. If you came to the channel, then you're already already doing the right thing. God bless all the lifers out there. Peace out. Thank you.